The dairy industry has mastered the art of wholesome marketing, clean white labels, pastoral farm imagery, happy cows grazing in green meadows. But dairy workers and industry insiders are speaking out about which milk brands you should absolutely avoid. The truth contradicts everything these companies want you to believe about purity and quality. You walk into the grocery store expecting milk to be milk, fresh, nutritious, and safe for your family. The bright refrigerated cases, the familiar brand names, the claims about natural goodness, all reinforce your trust in these products. But behind the marketing facade, many milk brands are cutting corners in ways that impact quality, safety, and your wallet. The wholesome image is often branding, rather than actual product superiority. The psychology is brilliant. Clean packaging creates purity perception. Family farm imagery makes you feel connected to tradition. The cold refrigerated display triggers freshness assumptions. Every element is engineered to make you comfortable paying premium prices because the experience feels trustworthy. But packaging and product quality are separate things. Current and former dairy industry workers are breaking their silence about processing shortcuts, quality control failures, and pricing manipulation that would shock consumers who trust these brands with their family's nutrition. The fresh is carefully staged marketing, not genuine quality assurance. Today, I'm counting down 8 milk brands you should avoid in 2026, according to industry insiders who actually work in dairy processing facilities. From contamination risks to watered-down products to brands that exploit consumer loyalty, these companies represent the gap between dairy marketing and actual value delivered. And stick around until the end. We've got bonus information about organic milk claims that will completely change how you shop for dairy products. The revelations about industry practices will shock you, especially when you realize what you've been paying premium prices for. Once you understand these insider insights, you'll shop more strategically and protect your family from substandard products that don't deserve shelf space in your refrigerator. Number 8. Horizon Organic Milk. Let's start with the organic deception that costs families the most relative to value. Horizon Organic positions itself as premium organic milk from happy cows on pristine farms. Industry workers reveal the reality is industrial-scale operations that barely meet organic requirements while charging 3 times the price of conventional milk. Here's what dairy processing employees reveal about Horizon Organic. The organic designation doesn't guarantee better taste, nutrition, or animal welfare. It simply means cows weren't given certain antibiotics or growth hormones and had access to pasture. But access to pasture can mean a small outdoor area for thousands of cows. The pastoral farm imagery is marketing fiction for most Horizon operations. Former Horizon facility workers report that organic milk sits in storage tanks longer than conventional milk, because organic production volumes are smaller and processing runs are less frequent. Your organic milk might be days older than regular milk by the time it reaches store shelves. The extended storage time affects freshness despite the premium pricing. The pricing manipulation is exploitative. Regular milk costs $3 to $4 per gallon. Horizon Organic costs $6 to $8 for the same gallon. The organic premium is 100% markup for milk that often tastes less fresh and provides no additional nutritional benefits. You're paying double for marketing claims rather than superior quality. Processing employees note that organic milk spoils faster once opened because it undergoes different pasteurization processes. That $8 gallon might last half as long as conventional milk in your refrigerator. The convenience premium becomes a waste premium when half the milk goes bad before consumption. The animal welfare claims don't match reality for industrial organic operations. Former workers describe seeing thousands of cows in confined spaces with minimal actual pasture access. The organic certification focuses on feed and chemical restrictions, not animal living conditions. You're paying premium prices for industrial dairy operations with organic paperwork. Number 7. Great value milk from Walmart. Walmart's store brand milk seems like a budget-friendly choice for families watching expenses. Industry insiders reveal it's often the lowest quality milk from the cheapest suppliers, processed with minimal quality control and sold at prices that seem good until you factor in the problems. Here's what dairy workers reveal about great value milk. It comes from whichever dairy suppliers offer the lowest prices to Walmart. The sourcing changes constantly based on cost, not quality. Your great value milk this week might come from a completely different dairy than last week's purchase. Consistency is sacrificed for cost savings. Former processing facility workers report that Walmart demands rock-bottom prices from suppliers. Dairies competing for Walmart contracts cut every possible corner to meet price requirements. Quality control measures get reduced. Processing equipment maintenance gets delayed. Worker training gets minimized. Everything that costs money gets eliminated to hit Walmart's price targets. The milk quality varies dramatically by region because Walmart uses different suppliers in different markets. Great value milk in Texas might be decent, while great value milk in Ohio could be problematic. You're gambling with quality every time you buy it, because there's no consistent sourcing or processing standards. The packaging reveals the cost-cutting approach. Great value milk containers are thinner plastic that's more prone to damage during transport and storage. The containers often develop microcracks that allow bacterial contamination. Store employees report higher spoilage rates for great value milk compared to name-brand alternatives. Processing workers describe seeing expired milk getting reprocessed and relabeled to extend shelf life. The dates on great value containers might not reflect when the milk was actually produced. You could be buying milk that's significantly older than the expiration date suggests. The false economy becomes apparent when you factor in spoilage rates and quality issues. That cheaper per gallon price doesn't save money when the milk spoils before you can use it or tastes off from poor processing. Smart shoppers avoid great value milk entirely and buy quality brands on sale instead. Number 6. Lactate milk. Lactose-free milk serves an important market of people who can't digest regular dairy. But industry workers reveal that many lactose-free brands, particularly Lactaid, use processing methods that create other problems while solving the lactose issue. Former dairy processing employees explain the lactose-free reality. The milk goes through additional processing steps that can affect taste, texture, and nutritional content. Enzymes are added to break down lactose, but these same enzymes continue working in the container, creating off flavors over time. Fresh Lactaid milk might taste fine, but milk that's been on shelves for weeks develops sweet, artificial flavors from ongoing enzyme activity. The ultra-pasteurization process used for most lactose-free milk extends shelf life, but destroys beneficial bacteria and alters protein structures. You're getting milk that's more processed than regular dairy, not just lactose removed. The additional processing steps multiply opportunities for contamination and quality degradation. Processing workers report that lactose-free production runs happen less frequently than regular milk processing. The specialized equipment and enzymes make it expensive to produce, so facilities do large batches infrequently. Your lactose-free milk might have been processed weeks before reaching stores, despite appearing fresh in refrigerated cases. The pricing reveals massive profit margins on consumer necessity. People who need lactose-free milk have limited options and will pay premium prices. Lactaid exploits this captive market by charging $5 to $7 for milk that costs them maybe 50 cents more to produce than regular milk. The lactose-free premium is pure profit extraction from people with dietary restrictions. Quality control issues are more common with lactose-free milk because the additional processing creates more variables that can go wrong. Former workers describe batches with wrong enzyme amounts, improper mixing, or contamination from specialized equipment that's harder to clean than standard dairy processing machinery. The shelf life claims are misleading. While lactose-free milk might not spoil as quickly, the ongoing enzyme activity means taste quality degrades faster than regular milk. You might not get food poisoning, but you'll drink increasingly unpalatable milk as enzymes continue breaking down proteins and sugars. Number 5. Fairlife milk. This brand markets itself as premium filtered milk with more protein and less sugar than regular milk. Industry insiders reveal it's regular milk put through expensive filtration processes that don't justify the premium pricing while creating quality issues that conventional milk doesn't have. Here's what processing workers reveal about Fairlife's filtration system. The milk goes through multiple filtration steps that remove water, lactose, and some minerals while concentrating proteins. This process is expensive and energy intensive, but the nutritional improvements are marginal compared to the price increase. You're paying for processing complexity, not superior nutrition. Former Fairlife facility workers report that the filtration equipment requires constant maintenance and is prone to contamination if not properly cleaned. The complex filtration systems create more opportunities for bacterial growth than simple pasteurization. Quality control becomes more challenging with multiple filtration stages that can each introduce problems. The protein concentration claims are misleading. Regular milk naturally contains high-quality, complete proteins. Fairlife's higher protein content comes from removing water, not adding superior proteins. You could achieve similar protein concentration by letting regular milk evaporate slightly. The premium pricing for concentrated regular milk proteins is exploitative. Processing employees describe seeing filtration equipment breakdowns that force facilities to blend filtered milk with regular milk to meet production quotas. Your premium Fairlife milk might be partially regular milk that didn't go through the expensive filtration process. The quality consistency varies based on equipment functionality rather than actual product standards. The taste issues are common with highly processed milk. The filtration process affects milk's natural flavor balance. Many consumers report that Fairlife tastes artificial or overly sweet compared to regular milk. You're paying premium prices for milk that many people find less palatable than conventional alternatives. The environmental impact of Fairlife's processing is significant. The filtration equipment uses massive amounts of energy and water while generating waste products. You're paying extra for milk that has a larger environmental footprint than regular dairy processing. The sustainability claims don't match the energy-intensive production reality. Number 4. Dean's Milk. This brand has been a grocery store staple for decades, positioning itself as reliable family milk with consistent quality and fair pricing. But dairy industry workers reveal that Dean Foods has been struggling financially for years, leading to cost-cutting measures that directly impact milk quality and safety standards. Former Dean's processing facility employees expose the reality behind the familiar red and white packaging. The company has been closing plants and consolidating operations to cut costs, meaning your Dean's milk travels longer distances from processing to store shelves. Extended transportation time affects freshness, especially during summer months when refrigerated trucks struggle to maintain optimal temperatures throughout long hauls. The financial pressures have forced Dean's to extend milk shelf life through processing shortcuts that compromise quality. Workers report seeing milk that should be discarded getting reprocessed and mixed with fresh milk to avoid waste. The practice maintains profit margins but creates inconsistent quality, where some containers taste fresh while others have off flavors from older milk contamination. Processing equipment maintenance has been deferred at many Dean's facilities to reduce operational costs. Former employees describe working with pasteurization equipment that wasn't properly calibrated, filtration systems with worn components, and storage tanks that weren't cleaned according to proper schedules. These maintenance shortcuts create opportunities for bacterial contamination and quality degradation. The pricing strategy exploits consumer familiarity and brand loyalty. Dean's charges premium prices based on decades of market presence while delivering increasingly inconsistent quality. You're paying for brand recognition rather than actual product superiority. Store brand alternatives often provide better quality at lower prices because they're sourced from facilities with better financial stability. Quality control testing has been reduced at Dean's facilities to cut laboratory costs. Former workers report that milk gets shipped with minimal testing compared to previous standards. The reduced quality control means contaminated or off-tasting milk reaches store shelves more frequently than when the company maintains stricter testing protocols. The distribution problems are systemic. Dean's operates an aging fleet of delivery trucks and relies on third-party distributors who don't maintain proper refrigeration standards. Your milk might sit at improper temperatures for hours during distribution, accelerating spoilage and creating food safety risks that don't become apparent until after purchase. Number 3. Organic Valley Milk. The cooperative marketing emphasizes small family farms and sustainable practices, but industry insiders reveal that many Organic Valley operations have scaled up to industrial size while maintaining the small farm imagery for marketing purposes. Processing workers familiar with Organic Valley operations expose the disconnect between marketing and reality. Many member farms are large industrial operations with thousands of cows, not the small family farms depicted in advertising. The cooperative structure allows these large operations to benefit from small farm branding while operating at industrial scale with corresponding quality issues. The organic certification process focuses on paperwork compliance rather than actual quality improvements. Former quality control workers report that organic doesn't guarantee better taste, longer shelf life, or superior nutrition. You're paying premium prices for regulatory compliance rather than product improvements that benefit consumers. The milk pooling system used by Organic Valley creates quality inconsistency problems. Milk from dozens of different farms gets combined in processing facilities, meaning one contaminated farm can affect entire batches. The traceability becomes impossible once milk gets pooled, making it difficult to identify sources of quality problems or contamination. Processing employees describe seeing organic milk that sits in storage longer than conventional milk because organic production scheduling is more complex. The extended storage time allows bacterial growth and flavor degradation before the milk even reaches store shelves. Your premium organic milk might be less fresh than conventional alternatives despite costing twice as much. The pricing manipulation is particularly aggressive for organic products. Organic Valley charges $6 to $9 per gallon for milk that costs marginally more to produce than conventional milk. The organic premium is largely profit extraction from consumers who assume organic means better quality. The actual production cost difference doesn't justify the massive price premium. Quality control standards at some Organic Valley facilities are actually lower than conventional dairy operations because organic processing volumes are smaller and quality control equipment is less sophisticated. Former workers report seeing contaminated milk that would be rejected at conventional facilities getting approved for organic distribution because testing capabilities are limited. Number 2. Horizon DHA Omega-3 milk. This product combines the organic milk issues with additional processing to add omega-3 fatty acids, creating a premium-priced product that delivers questionable benefits while introducing new quality problems. Industry workers reveal that the omega-3 addition process involves injecting fish oil or algae extracts into milk after processing. The injection process can introduce contamination if equipment isn't properly sterilized between batches. You're paying premium prices for milk that's been mechanically altered with additives that might not provide the promised health benefits. Former processing employees describe the DHA addition creating taste problems that conventional milk doesn't have. The fish oil or algae extracts can create fishy or metallic flavors, especially as the milk ages. Many consumers report that DHA milk tastes increasingly unpalatable as it approaches expiration dates because the added oils become more noticeable over time. The omega-3 content claims are misleading because the amounts added are minimal compared to actual fish or supplement sources. You would need to drink massive quantities of DHA milk to get meaningful omega-3 benefits. The health claims are marketing manipulation that exploit consumer desire for functional foods while delivering negligible nutritional improvements. Processing workers report that DHA milk production runs create cross-contamination risks for regular milk processing. The specialized equipment used for omega-3 injection can harbor bacterial growth if not properly cleaned. Facilities processing both regular and DHA milk sometimes show quality problems in regular milk batches following DHA production runs. The pricing is exploitative, even compared to other premium milk products. DHA milk costs $8 to $12 per gallon for minimal omega-3 addition that costs pennies per gallon to implement. The massive markup reflects profit maximization rather than value delivery to consumers seeking nutritional improvements. The shelf life problems are significant because the added oils accelerate spoilage through oxidation processes. DHA milk often develops off flavors and odors before conventional milk would spoil. You're paying premium prices for milk that has shorter actual usability despite similar expiration dates. Number 1. Any store brand milk during supply shortages. Here's the biggest mistake milk buyers make during periods of high demand or supply disruptions. Purchasing unfamiliar store brands without understanding their sourcing becomes a quality gamble that often results in wasted money and poor tasting milk. During supply shortages, grocery stores source milk from any available suppliers to maintain inventory, regardless of quality standards. That store brand milk might come from facilities with poor quality control, inadequate refrigeration, or processing problems that better suppliers wouldn't accept. You're gambling with quality every time you buy unfamiliar brands during shortage periods. Processing employees reveal that emergency milk sourcing often involves suppliers who couldn't normally compete for grocery store contracts. These secondary suppliers might have equipment problems, cleanliness issues, or quality control failures that prevent them from supplying major brands. During shortages, stores accept milk from these problematic suppliers, rather than having empty shelves. The quality variation during shortages is extreme, because stores can't be selective about suppliers. 1 week store brand milk might be excellent from a quality facility. The following week's supply could be problematic from a different supplier with poor standards. Consistency disappears when sourcing becomes desperate rather than selective. Former dairy workers describe seeing expired or near-expired milk getting relabeled and redistributed during shortage periods. The supply chain disruptions create opportunities for questionable practices, where milk that should be discarded gets remarketed with new dates. Store brands are most vulnerable to these practices because they have less brand reputation to protect. You've now heard from industry insiders about the 8 milk brands to avoid in 2026. The pattern is undeniable. These companies position themselves as trustworthy family brands while cutting corners on quality, safety, and value. You're paying for marketing imagery and brand recognition, not necessarily better milk for your family's health. The fundamental problem is the dairy industry operates on razor-thin margins while maintaining expensive marketing campaigns. When profits get squeezed, quality control becomes the first casualty. Processing shortcuts, equipment maintenance delays, and sourcing compromises all impact what ends up in your refrigerator, while companies maintain wholesome branding that contradicts facility reality. Smart milk shopping requires understanding these industry practices. Read expiration dates carefully and check for proper refrigeration during transport. Buy from local dairies when possible. Choose conventional milk from reputable processors over premium brands with questionable practices. Price doesn't guarantee quality in dairy products where marketing budgets often exceed quality control investments. Share this information with friends and family who trust these brands without questioning processing methods or sourcing practices. They deserve to understand what industry workers see daily, that wholesome packaging often disguises industrial shortcuts designed to maximize profits rather than deliver superior nutrition. Many families would improve their dairy quality while saving money by avoiding these problematic brands entirely. Now do me a favor. Smash that like button. Subscribe for more food industry exposés and tell us in the comments which milk brands you'll reconsider after hearing these insider revelations. At this channel, we believe in food transparency and calling out companies that exploit consumer trust through deceptive marketing while delivering substandard products.